Welcome to Recipes from the Hacienda. Today I'll be showing you the easiest recipe for enchilada casserole that is probably out there. Let's get started. Okay, so we're starting off here with 2 pounds of ground hamburger. I'm going to season it with seasoning salt and black pepper, just super simple. I've taken 14 corn tortillas and I've chopped them up into like little squares. I have my glass cake pan. I've got 2 8-ounce bags of the Mexican style cheddar cheese. I've got a quarter cup of chopped onion. It's about a quarter onion, and I've usually used like 4 of these 10-ounce cans of the old El Paso enchilada sauce. I'm using this because this is what I had, but it's usually like 4 of those. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna cook this. We're gonna brown it and season it, and honestly it's just to taste. If I were to guess, I'd be honest with you, I never measure my seasonings when I season this, so I'm just going to show you. I usually take, if I were to guess, I would say it is about a 1/2 teaspoon of seasoning salt and about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Okay, we're going to let that brown. Cook this until it browns. Okay, so I've taken the liberty to go ahead and drain the fat. Everything's brown to a good color right here. I did add a little bit more seasoning, salt and pepper, because there wasn't quite enough. Like I said, I tend to eyeball and kind of smell the way it is, but I think you're pretty close to about a half to like 3/4 teaspoon. I say about a 1/2 teaspoon of seasoning salt and about a 1/4 teaspoon to a half of pepper. Okay, so I have poured about a 1/4 cup of enchilada sauce into the glass cake pan, and so this is how I start. I put this on the bottom just so the corn tortillas don't stick initially to the bottom, so it's not dry on the bottom. So I put that in there, and then you're just going to take a handful of corn tortillas and just you're going to start to build your layers. Okay, so you just want to try to cover all the spots. I had a runaway over here. Feel it. I'll get it later. Okay, you're just going to start to build your layers. Try to get all, you're not going to get every single spot, but just try to get most of them. Okay, that's good. And then just sprinkle your hamburger, and same thing, just you're not going to cover every single spot, just try to spread it as evenly as you can. Okay, and so a little note on the chopped onions. My kids aren't big fans of the onions. Normally most people will put onions mixed in, and this is where you would put your onions in there. My kids don't like it, so we usually set that aside for ourselves, and we put that at the top, and we found out that we actually like it raw on the top. After it's done cooking, we will sprinkle some of the raw onions on top. So you're going to go ahead and take some more enchilada sauce and pour that on there, and then you will take a handful of cheese and do your layer of cheddar cheese, or excuse me, Monterey cheese, Monterey, what am I saying? Mexican blend. I'll get it right one of these days. All right, and that layer is done. Again, if you wanted onions, this is where you would do it. Now we're going to start the next layer. And we're probably going to be a little bit more generous with the tortillas this round because I have a lot. And I have a lot more meat to go. A small cake pan. Alright. And if you have like too many, you can always set those aside and save those for breakfast and make chilaquiles for breakfast. So I think I may do that because I have enough there. right, another level row of ground hamburger. Okay, we're gonna finish this can here. I like it extra saucy, so I'm gonna put a bunch. There's 2 more cans that I have still left to pour on there. So we've got that. We're gonna put some more cheddar cheese, Mexican blend cheese. And the same thing, the cheese is how much you want it. You don't have to put as much as I'm doing. You can put more. It's really how you, your preference. Okay. So I'm gonna go with another row of, I still got room in here. And this is how it goes in my house. I normally wing my recipes, and I wing it, and I see how much. I don't normally measure. I kind of throw it together, so I'm having to start to learn how to measure my recipes if I'm going to be sharing with you, so y'all know how much you need. Okay, and so that's a good amount. That's actually 14 corn tortillas, so that's actually a good amount. So that's the magic number. Another layer of hamburger meat. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put some more enchilada sauce before I put more hamburger. I put a whole can on that. So I've got 1 more, and I'm gonna save that for after I do this last layer of hamburger. And I have already preheated the oven to 450. So that's been warming up while we've been assembling this. So it should be about good to go by the time I'm done. I'm making a mess. Right, there we go. I'm just gonna spread this around a little bit. I think that's good. I'll take the last can of enchilada sauce and pour that over. You want to pour it over any pieces of corn tortilla that you see like hanging out. You don't want to leave any dry pieces, because that'll just turn like extra dry after you're done cooking. There we go. That's all of that. And then we're going to just polish off the rest of our cheese. And again, you don't actually have to finish it all. If you want to bag it up and put it away, you can do that. Or you can just make it extra cheesy. Finish that. Perfect. So that was 2 8-ounce bags of the Mexican style blended cheese. All right, I'm gonna throw this bad boy in the oven. It's nice and hot, and we're gonna let that go probably for about 30 minutes. Honestly, the meat's already cooked, so you really just need to cook it for about 20-30 minutes, just until the cheese is dry and the sauce you think is warm enough for you. And so we will see you in a minute. Okay, there it is, all done. It took about 30 minutes. One thing I didn't tell you is I did add a little bit more seasoning, salt and pepper, but again, that's to your preference, to your taste. I just waited until the sauce was warm and the cheese was melted. It looks amazing. And here it is, plated up with a little bit of rice and beans. Some of you may ask why I did not use homemade enchilada sauce. well, that would kind of defeat the purpose of it being easy. So there will be an enchilada sauce recipe coming soon, along with a recipe for the rice and the beans. So if you like this video and enjoyed it, I hope you try it and love it as much as we do. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.